Hello everyone! Oh my god. Is it good to be back or what?
So good.
Man, this map pool doesn't look that, fun.
Well, this is a map from last year's qualifiers. Anyways, hello everyone who's in Twitch chat right now. Welcome to SOFT2, the second year that SOFT is going to be occurring. Now under different management. Halogen is not actually managing this tournament anymore. The manager is now Juan Crystal. So please direct any questions that you have to him, by the way. Anyways, today I'm Daiki. And yesterday I was Daiki. I've always been Daiki. I'm joined today by Connor and Ela as a new
the original IG.
How are both of you doing?
I'm tired.
I'm good. Ready to see what Kami and T-Deck have installed for players this year.
Oh boy,
Definitely scared about Kamikaze's SV pick.
there's some really nasty choices this year. Like, you thought Chloroplast skin was bad, you have some more stuff coming to you. And yes, as you both said, Kamikaze and T-Deck are the map selectors for this tournament, so not only have they picked the qualifiers out specifically for all of you to enjoy, there's some nasty round picks coming later.
Oh, just to point out, Juan Crystal did make one of the qualifier maps. The qualifier maps have been made by Juan Crystal, Kamikaze, and T-Deck. So they're all new maps this time. It's the same as it was last year.
Mm-hmm. Specifically for all of y'all, since last year Halogen made all of 4 of the qualifier maps.
Yeah, and we do have both of the map selectors ready and waiting to show you what they've made, their evil creations. And a reminder that the qualifier maps are the same as last year, which means that each one is kind of a different skill set and difficulty level. So there's the easier maps all the way up to a harder map, which is probably around like quarter or semi-finals tier. But
Probably. Probably more closer to quarter-final tier, I would say, personally.
yeah, it's just it's that for the start, and then once it goes into the actual, I'd say, group stage, then the difficulty will drop to a certain level and then, you know, gradually increase, not be all over the place like it is with the qualifier.
Because the qualifiers are definitely for a seeding purpose and actually weeding out a lot of players in this tournament. So this is not something that you're going to be able to slack on. You actually really do have to put in the work for this map pool. And especially given that the whole meta of, I guess, map pools over the past, like, year and a half, probably, has started to shift towards much more diverse skill sets. You're really going to have to start putting them in practice. Even, like, top-tier players. Like, trying to sight read the SV pick is not fun. You're not going to have a good time.
Definitely will, weed out the people that aren't necessarily prepared.
Yeah, and this time there's going to be a hell of a lot more of those people that aren't going to be prepared. With almost 300 people signing up. And
How
only
many people do we have?
128. My count was 290, yeah. I'm sure I've messed up somewhere.
Over half the people are going to be gone by
Yeah,
next
290 is quite the number. Dropping down to 128 for the next stage is a pretty big cut.
Yeah, there's just under 100 more participants from the sign-up than was last year.
I do think we're going to be heading into the first pick pretty soon, once that song actually gets set. And we'll be having the tier 1 song, essentially, arranging them into, I guess, 4 stages or 4 tiers of difficulty. Tier 1 being the easiest in terms of, I guess, just note difficulty, not necessarily readability or skill set difficulty, but just in terms of how difficult the chart is overall. And we have Coinage by The Flashbulb. This is the SV pick by T-Deck. And if you could take a little bit of a listen to it, it's very similar aesthetic to Chloroplast skin from last year.
Yikes.
just hoping this will give me less PTSD than Chloroplast.
Well, you'll see once the map actually kicks in, and we'll actually be able to comment on what happens without spoiling too much ahead of time. Alright, here we go.
Relevant background.
Better than no background.
Looking intelligent.
Looking right at you. Yeah, that beginning starts off really nasty. And Kami actually breaking really early on. I didn't expect that, given the amount of practice and stuff that he's had with the actual map pool.
Well, I can tell that pause there is definitely going to trip players up.
Yeah, there's so many stutters, and if they're not familiar with this song, they're going to get dunked.
T-Deck's still holding on pretty strong.
Like, most of the patterns are actually pretty simple. Like, they're very repetitive until you get to the little stuttered notes, which are, I don't know their snap exactly.
If I remember correctly, last year T-Deck had one of the best scores on Chloroplast skin, and this time this is his own map, so not surprised to see that he's doing so well.
Map pool, or the map creator, usually has an advantage on the map. Although I feel like this beat is much less all over the place than Chloroplast skin. What?
Oh, that. Oh, that's interesting.
That was interesting.
I always felt that the long note timings on Chloroplast weren't where I expected them to be. Like, I always felt like it was going to be on a beat before that it was, every time.
Yeah. It's not over. This one drags a little bit.
Oh, man. Wow, okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty rude.
Yeah, this latter half is kind of rude.
I think it definitely mirrors Chloroplast skin pretty well in terms of how it's actually testing SVs. Although with a little bit less of, I guess, free accuracy, where the rhythm is legit hard to process. Oh god, that ending is pretty nasty though. T-Deck with the 16200 FC though.
Honestly, that might be one of the most, or one of the best scores that we'll see this entire tournament.
Probably. The thing is that, like, only 16200s gives him a 942,000 score. Like, this could really easily determine a lot of the swing scores in terms of breaking seeding and actually qualifying for the round of one, or for the later rounds. Anyways, we have our stage 2 song, which is Mangekyo by Kotoge Mai. This is a kamikaze song, or no, wow, fuck. That's it's a One Crystal song. Bye, I'm done.
I still don't know who this is charted by, so...
Anyways, like I said, this map is by One Crystal, and this is more of an accuracy pick. The difficulty isn't too high. I actually don't know the star rating, but I don't think it dips very far, if at all, into the 3-star range. So it should be right up most of the players' alleys.
god, I had some loud hit sounds from this.
And this is actually essentially the gist of the song. It's a lot of 1/4 jumps, which are actually very easy on accuracy if you're able to physically do the patterns with ease, and a couple of little 1/8 3-note runs that are also fairly trivial in terms of trying to get accuracy. So people can go really hard in the paint and try to get the Rainbow 300s on this song.
Yeah, I said someone like Hans did pretty well on this.
Who?
Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, it's a
I don't
joke.
acknowledge that person's existence.
His name is Square Brackets 6.
Oh,
that's his
that's
name.
right.
Also,
My
take
bad.
note at
Go
this
back and say.
section. At this section of the song, there are some 1/16 or gallops that you really have to watch out for. Like, this could ruin your accuracy if you're not actually prepared for them. On certain note skins that people use, they're actually fairly hard to spot, especially listening to the song. You might not expect them to happen. However, like a couple people are saying in Twitch chat, I'm definitely seeing some double S's that are probably going to come out in this song. It's simple enough in structure that, given that everyone has 2 tries for every single song, someone's going to SS this. A little bit of a tricky LN section for people who are completely unversed in LNs, but it should be very trivial for most of the people that actually know what they're doing. Yep. And then the second half, in the second chorus, those 1/16 gallops are actually replaced with more LNs. So that's a nice little nightmare for people who hate them.
Well, if people are going to qualify for this tournament, they definitely have to be ready for LN charts, especially ones later in the tournament.
Oh, and I guess I have to clarify. We'll probably see some Score V1 double S's, which is all 3 numbers.
Right.
Score V2 double S's probably won't happen. But yeah, both players pulling out an easy FC on this.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw any, 1/300 runs, because we do have AJ playing this time. Halogen,
that's
the
true.
master of the 1/300.
Halogen being an absolute monster in terms of accuracy. Especially consistent accuracy, not just fluking out really good runs. Also, yeah, the map pool currently isn't available for download. It will be once Juan Crystal actually gets back home. Hashtag blame Juan. In any case, we'll have our stage 3 coming in as Silver Temple by Eguchi Takahiro. This is a kamikaze map, and if you know anything about kamikaze long notes, there's something to be a little bit scared of if you're not familiar or competent with long note patterns. And you can already notice off the bat, as a stage 3 pick, it's definitely already harder than the previous 2.
Oh, those
Yeah,
rolls.
1/8 streamy rolls, or rolly streams.
Kamikaze's dropped a lot of 200s on those LN releases.
And this beginning section focuses more on very long note releases, and holding those long notes out properly. I really like how this map kind of tests long notes because it repeats patterns over and over again, so it's not like you can just fluke through a long note pattern and be done with it. You really need to know the pattern well and be able to actually execute it properly over and over again. And this section has slightly overextended long notes, so they feel a little bit strange. Cheetah actually breaking there, Kamikaze keeping his combo.
Oh yeah, I see that now. Yeah, definitely tricky LNs.
Yeah, if you're not paying attention, they were gonna get you.
Kamikaze actually dropping again there.
But yeah, plenty of drops, and especially this fact that this is on score v2, people are going to have much harder times with long notes than per usual. And our stage 4, to replace Outsummon Beast Battle, we have Mephisto. This is a collaboration between Tirek and Kamikaze.
I like the sound. Oh, I liked the sound of it before it went Vocaloid.
Well, yeah,
I
so
don't like a Vocaloid, but it kind of.
I know who definitely would like the sound of this, and that's Felipe Link.
Fatsune.
Katsune, of course.
One
Of
loves
course.
Vocaloid too.
Anyways, this is actually a tough pick. Like, the difficulty isn't actually spread out. It's not like a constant difficulty. However, it's much more bursty in terms of where the difficulty actually occurs. So there are some tricky elements at the beginning as well. But right there, that's a nice burst to just pop in on. The intro definitely tests out a little bit of your LN skill. It says, can you LN properly?
Definitely going to be more tricky on Score V2 as well. All of these charts really requiring a lot of practice.
And also, just a note, this is 190 BPM, so these little mini jacks are definitely non-trivial. Like, they will mess your day up if you're not prepared for this. So, in all, I think this map overall actually doesn't test too much of speed, per se, but definitely tests out the jump glut type of skill, mini-jacking. Although I guess you could say it's more of stamina in the later half, which everyone will be able to see. This section is pretty much just recover and get ready for the end.
But mini jacks can definitely trick some players there.
Like, the song does slow down to 150 in the end, however, you'll see.
Ooh, a lot of misses coming out there.
Looked like a CB rush. Here we go, 150, and we get into really heavy mini jacks.
I didn't know they put Aya in the qualifying pool.
Mini jacks and also just in general jump jacks and jump gluts all over the
I'll
place.
tell you what, this definitely looks like one of my songs.
And just a little slowdown to see if you can trip anyone up.
Wouldn't be surprised if it does.
But yeah, that is all 4 songs of the SOFT2 qualifiers. I guess, Connor, do you want to discuss a little bit about the format of qualifiers this year?
Sure, we can talk about that. Just find it so I don't sound like an idiot.
It should be the same as the previous year.
Almost, but not
Yeah, so
quite.
the first qualifier stage is the same as last year. It's just groups of around 8 going into lobbies together just to suit time zone. You know, there's no matchups. Who you're with in a lobby doesn't matter, and it's just playing through all 4 maps, and then taking a 5-minute break before playing through all 4 maps again, and then whichever score was higher from your 2 attempts for each map will go towards your scores, and then the seeding into the top 128 is based off of your highest score for each map, and anyone who doesn't make it into the top 128 is eliminated from the tournament after the qualifiers.
Yep, so for a lot of people this will be do or die, especially because I feel like a lot of the people will definitely struggle with Mephisto. That's quite a qualifier pick to be having right off the bat. And very much like Summon Beast Battle, people are going to get absolutely stomped by this. Foreseeing probably a couple fails coming out, although the ending might allow for some recovery in terms of the actual song, so people might be passing it. But that's all up in the air for how much practice and work that people put in this tournament. But yeah, like Connor said, the top 128 cumulative scores over all 4 maps will advance to the next stage of qualifiers, because this format has changed. So I believe that the tournament format has not actually been 100% confirmed. We would like to wait for one crystal on all of that, so we will be discussing that at later times, or will be confirmed in the opening post of the forum thread. So please go check that out if you haven't. I'm guessing you all have, because you've all signed up for SOFT2 and are all aware of that thread actually existing.
Yeah, the only other thing I have to say is, the tournament client skin and everything that we've used for today, that's subject to change because we had some issues today, but main point is the skin isn't what we plan on using. We do want feedback on the background though, with the SOFT2 logo and everything, and the nice spring background.
Yep, please post in thread about all the things that you can say. We'd like to make this tournament experience as great as possible for everyone else. Hashtag make soft great again. Hashtag dump Trump.
Hashtag blame Juan.
Hashtag blame Juan.
It's the sequel that's definitely better. Don't worry about it. It's not a reboot.
But yeah, I don't think there's too much else to be said, is there?
No, I think we're fine. The only thing I need to say really is if you haven't already checked what group you're in, because messages have been sent out about it, you should do that as soon as possible to check to see whether or not you can make your group time, because if you send a message forum PM or a Discord PM to One Crystal within the next few days or so, you should be able to move you into a group which suits you. So don't worry about it if you can't make your group. There's already quite a few people who've messaged saying that they have issues with it.
Yeah, and definitely make sure to message him and not just sit back and complain when the time comes.
Yeah.
Because the sooner that you're able to say that I have a conflict with my group time, the sooner the we'll be able to resolve it and we'll be able to get things sorted out. So do not hesitate to ask One Crystal questions about that.
Yeah, other than that, it's just, I hope everyone enjoyed watching what they're going to have to go through over the next 2 weeks, yeah? two weeks qualifiers, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, so have
I think
fun.
it's just over one weekend.
Yeah, I think I was thinking of both stages. It doesn't matter that much. Just
Regardless,
show
everyone's
up.
going to encounter these
show
four
up.
songs.
show up to your group.
Don't sight read it.
Yeah, don't
Don't be me
sight read
last
it.
year.
Download the map pool. Do not download it.
Yeah, anyone who shows up to one of my lobbies with no map showing next to their name, I'm just gonna have a slight bit of annoyance. Don't worry about it. You won't get kicked, but you know, I'll look down on you, and Camille will probably scream at you. It's okay. Yeah.
Alright.
So just make sure to show up for your groups, because if you don't show up for your groups, then you know you have no score submit for the tournament, and then there's no way you're going to be in the top 128. If you show up to a group and you have trouble, you have to at least try and play the first 4, because there's 2 attempts, and if something happens mid-match, well, mid-group session, as long as you've played each map once, you have a set score for each map, which gives you a chance. So if something happens in a group, just stay, and if something happens before that, then you message one to say that you need to be in a different group. So yeah, just be prepared for the qualifiers, actually practice, and you should do well. And good luck getting into the top 128.
Yep. For everyone in Twitch chat, good luck in soft. I think that's all that we have to say for today. If you're wondering again, I'm Daiki, and that was Connor talking, and also Jinjin or Ila. This has been the Map Pool Showcase for Qualifiers. Thank you all for joining in, and we wish you all the best of luck for Qualifiers.